The road to the PCL championship starts now. St. Joseph's Prep looking to get their first PCL championship for the first time since 2015, and it all starts today here at Penn Park in just a few moments against the Crusaders of Lansdale Catholic. For today's broadcast, I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined by Sam Salamone. Sam, how we doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. First time back at Penn Park since soccer. It's a lovely place. Love the hike up. I mean, yeah, scenery is beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Last time the Prep were here, they defeated Cape Henlopen 5-4. Obviously, a great game. St. Joseph's Prep getting a victory over one of the top public schools in the country. But Sam, let's talk about the last time these two teams played. We were obviously on the mic for that one. I mean, it was just total domination from St. Joseph's Prep in that game.
Yeah, 17-1 victory, and I mean, I really don't have anything to say about this Prep. This matchup here today, except for that the Prep offense is going to do way more than 17 goals. I mean, we're looking at 20 tonight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this team is coming to play. They'll be all out for the playoffs. I know Coach Princehorn will have those guys, ready. They'll be buzzing, and then, it's just.
Yeah, that's fair, Sam. I mean, obviously, you see some of the JV guys are called up for this game. Maybe they'll get some time, but I feel like it's going to be the same way as the Conwell-Egan game where, you got that running clock going, you didn't let them score, and you got out of there in, about an hour or so. I think that's what the Prep really would want to push for here today.
Yeah, I mean, this Lansdale team, it's playoffs, so they're going to, again, come and play. But, I mean, if I'm Coach Princehorn, I'd keep running the same offense. I wouldn't change really anything. If I'm the Prep, I'm not, playing down to my opponents because that's where, you lose, right? When you play down to your opponents, and, yeah, that's when you lose.
Yeah, fair enough. So a little bit of news and notes here today. At halftime, we will have the Prep honor the 2015 PCL championship team. I mentioned how that was the last team to win a PCL championship for St. Joseph's Prep Lacrosse. Well, they'll be honored here today, and you love to see that, obviously, as we're getting in the playoffs here. The Hawks obviously looking to, defeat the number one seed LaSalle, who will most likely see in the PCL championship. And we're about to get started in just a few moments here at Penn Park. And if the Hawks, they do win this game, they'll move on to Monday. That'll be at Drexel's Field, another 7 p.m. start. It would be myself and Dom Campanero on the call for that game if it were to take place. But we'll see if the Hawks can make it there. Starting, though, for St. Joseph's Prep, we got Matt Corrado out there, starting attackman, all three first-team All-Catholic, Dom Flynn, Chris Bryan, and Mason Warwick. And no Chase Carl today, so we do have, it looks like it's going to be Ashton Merck who will take on a defensive role. There might be Lamy kind of playing in Carl's spot. We'll see. But Merck out there as a long-stick defensive midfielder. Proctor facing off. Matt Corrado in goal. And let's get things going here. Big lacrosse day. First day of review days at St. Joe's Prep. And let's get things started. So as I mentioned, Mason Proctor going to face off, and obviously he had a lot of competition for first team All-Catholic, but he did get the nod for that, and hopefully we can see why here.
Yeah, he's got a 74% face-off win percentage, and he is just a dominant force. One of the best players in the country, even at face-offs. No, I would be surprised if he loses more than one.
Yeah, I mean, let's see it here. We got Duffy behind Proctor, and here we go. He gets the win to start, and he's going to use his speed to start this game. Proctor, he shoots, and he puts it in immediately.
Mason Proctor, just an absolute, I mean, wow. Look at the speed and the pull down from Proctor. He's just incredible.
That was fast. Mason Proctor, there is a reason he is arguably the best player on this St. Joe's Prep team. I don't really see a reason why he can't just do that right again.
Yeah, 6 seconds on the clock. Keeps doing that. It'll be, 10 minutes, and Prep's up 10, 6 something or whatever. But, Proctor is, like I said, I don't see him losing more than one face-off today.
Well, here we go. We're going to get right back to that face-off. Proctor, a bit more contested on that one, knocks it back to Duffy, and another face-off win for Mason Proctor. So we'll see a little bit more of the offense this go around.
Yeah, I want to see these guys work, like I said before. Offense, it's the playoffs, and they're going to work. So just want to see these boys go out there and have fun.
So normal offensive set. Chase Carl just letting the horn go up. Nick Labor puts that one low. There's a save as Lansdale Catholic, they look to clear, and they're going to do it immediately. Here's Wadsworth, so Lansdale Catholic doing a great job clearing the ball, and Wadsworth, he's got to open way to the net. He can't score. Good save by Corrado. The ball will stay with the Crusaders, though, nonetheless.
Wadsworth going to Lebanon Valley for college to play lacrosse as a D3 school. And, you know, he's one of these premier guys on the LC roster. There's a few of names that stick out to me, but he's definitely one of them.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, no Chase Carl today, so a bit of changes in our lineups today. So going to probably see a lot more time for Carter Benaz for St. Joe's Prep, as well as Ashton Merck, and here he comes. We know what he can do with his stick, and he is getting it in the space immediately of Traver. Actually, I apologize, not Traver. It's going to be Nelson there. And we apologize, a little bit of an obstructed view there on that side. Lamey forcing the ball loose, and that is going to be a call against the Crusaders of Lansdale Catholic. It will go the other way.
I mean, if you're Lansdale Catholic, you do not want to give the ball away. I mean, especially against this prep team, they did it a lot. The last time they flashed up at the Kroc Center, but Lansdale just squandered almost every opportunity they got.
Low pass from Micah Pruden over to Mason Warwick. It's a turnover for the prep, the attackmen of St. Joe's Prep, trying to prevent the clear. Flynn, Bryan, and Warwick, they've done a solid job of preventing clears this season against PCL teams, but Lansdale Catholic, they're 2 for 2 today clearing the ball. Micah Pruden trying to force the ball away from Wadsworth. He's going to try and take it in the net again. He's going to shoot on an angle. He puts it too high. It goes off Corrado's stick. The Hawks are going to try and get this one back. Great effort from Carter Benaz, but the ball will stay with the Crusaders. Coach Princehorn yelling already here, and obviously in a game that the Hawks are heavily favored in, he is still barking out orders, and he still wants the Hawks to play perfect in this one. As I mentioned, more time today for Carter Benaz and Ashton Merck. We saw Merck and Lamey, guys who have been playing at that long stick midfield spot, having to play together, and we haven't seen it a lot this season. You probably would expect them to have played together in practice this week. Ball forced loose again. Carter Benaz stepping up early for St. Joe's Prep, gets it away from Haley. He loses the ball again. Benaz going to try and force the ball away. Great job from Benaz to get a stick in there, and Christian Witzke scoops it up. Witzke not making an all-Catholic team. I don't know if I really agree with that one, but Witzke, he's going to take it himself. He's going to get it into the hole. It's not complete to Bryan. Ball still on the ground. You see more black than white in the middle of the field. Warwick just trying to backhand it in. He can't do so, and the ball will go to Lansdale.
Yeah, that was almost like a Michigan play in hockey. Behind the stick. No, not even looking. But, yeah, you're almost never going to get that one. Especially if you're, again, if no eyes on it. It's just straight on the ground.
The Crusaders, they have numbers. Wadsworth, a shot, can't score. The ball will stay with Lansdale nonetheless. Great job from Lansdale. 3 for 3 today on clears, and that's what you want to see if you're the Crusaders. You don't want to turn the ball over. They already have a few today. And both teams will get their offensive and defensive personnel back in there. James McCullum also getting some time now for St. Joe's Prep, the freshman. And I watched McCullum play the other day in the JV game against Radnor, and I definitely think he was the MVP of that one. He is going to be something special in a few years.
Yeah, he's nasty.
There's another shot from Wadsworth, and he scores that time. This game is tied up.
Great job by Wadsworth to just put that one in there. Like I said, one of the bright spots on this LC team. You know, hopefully that's their only go for the day if you're the prep. But, you know, Corrado just getting warmed up early. No, it's a long game, especially with the Proctor goal very early. You know this prep team can score, so I wouldn't be worried if I'm the prep.
Yeah, so Proctor back out the face-off. He's 2 for 2. And Lansdale, they can't even get a face-off guy in there. It's going to be Haley, who, I don't know if he has glove on. He wasn't even ready to roll here. Proctor, you know, he was ready the second he had to get back out there, so maybe that'll work in his advantage.
I mean, who would want to face Mason Proctor,
that's
honestly?
Fair. That's very fair. Proctor 2 for 2, and Haley going to be moved back a bit by the officials. Or official, I guess I should say. Proctor, tried to one-hand it there, and he gets knocked out of the way. Merck, great job to his lightsaber his stick in. Proctor once again can't scoop it up, but Tommy Duffy will save him. And Proctor gets that win, so the Hawks trying to retake the lead here early. against the Crusaders. Here's Warwick and the Hawks. They'll just get their offensive personnel back in. Looks like we're going to see Craig Webster for the first time today. Yes, we will. Webster buzzing his hair. I saw him this morning. I was like, Craig, you lose a bet or something?
Well, most of the freshmen did it in the beginning of the year.
He said, no, it's just summer coming, man. Gotta get the haircut. And I was like, all right.
Ryan, I know everybody would love if you got a buzz.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Ryan Connaughton, our cameraman, would know. Cross it, though. Gets it to Brian on the wing. Spins by. Takes it right. Forced back out. Had a long stick on him. Back up top, Cross it. Cross, a great story. Getting second team All-Catholic after not getting much time last year. Webster steps down and puts it on the top shelf.
Webster, perfect placement. Top left corner. I mean, making the defenseman of LC spin.
Perfect placement, no doubt, from Craig Webster. Steps down and puts it in. Webster trying to prove that he should have gotten that all-team, at least third team. Proctor once again to face off. It will be Wadsworth to face off once again. Proctor perfect. He moves it behind him. Pruden is there. He does scoop it up. So Proctor, as I mentioned, perfect today on these face-offs. Jack Roth going to come in for the first time today. Warwick gets by, can't score. And once again, Lansdale to look to clear. They've been perfect so far. The Hawks trying to get in position to prevent the clear. And once again, Lansdale, they are perfect in clearing the ball today. Laney back in. The Hawks getting their offensive personnel. Jack Roth forced to play a little bit of defense. He won't be for long as Tommy Duffy will get ready to come back in. Quigley also forced to play some defense. McCullum waiting to come back up. Quigley just trying to force the ball loose. I'm sure he doesn't really want to play defense as an offensive midi. Wadsworth gets it back. He has the goal today, but now he's got to deal with the always feisty Tommy Duffy. He tries to swim move by, that being Wadsworth on Duffy. He takes a spin, he shoots, puts it right into Matt Corrado's stick, and Duffy, he will clear himself. Beautiful outlet pass from Matt Corrado, the second team All-Catholic goalie. Duffy puts it a bit too low for Chris Bryan. High risk, high reward. Doesn't work out for St. Joe's Prep. It'll be another turnover for this offense. And once again, Lansdale Catholic, they look to clear. The Hawks, once again, cannot prevent it. Lansdale getting another successful clear. You didn't think it was going to be this close early. You thought the Hawks were going to be able to get some turnovers and score, but Lansdale Catholic giving them a run for their money.
Yeah, even with all these turnovers from Lansdale Catholic, they've done a good job of preventing the Prep from really getting anything going. Shout out to them for coming to play today.
Yeah, the Hawks not getting much offense done. McCullum going one-on-one with feet. Swings it behind the net, and here's Dopkin. I know he's probably not too happy about only getting second team All-Catholic. I'm sure he wanted first as this ball forced loose on the ground, and it's going to go out of bounds. A careless turnover by the Crusaders. It'll go back to the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody is happy that he's got second team All-Catholic. I mean, when the All-Catholic teams were announced, you were pretty upset that some of these guys did not get the first team All-Catholic.
Maddie's got to get the ball away, and he does. The Laney ball loose on the ground again. The Hawks, they have had some turnover problems early, but Micah Pruden scoops it up. Good teamwork between those men, and Pruden just throws it away.
Pruden, a Life University signee. I was at that signing day. I mean, like I said, he's another one of those guys on this Prep team. Senior who's just nasty, and they'll be tough next year losing him.
Yeah, Pruden, one of the fastest guys on this team. We know how great he can clear the ball. He can shoot it as well from the outside. Duffy at midfield almost intercepts the clear attempt. Ball still on the ground. Duffy, that could have been a penalty there, but he might have got away with it. Quigley, though, scoops it up, and here come the Hawks in transition. Quigley looking for anybody in front of him. He has all three attackmen. He'll just hold it as he draws a long stick. Roth going to come back in, and Liam Pearson going to get some time today as well. Ball at midfield. Pearson making sure the Hawks don't go off sides, or up and back, I guess you would say. Pearson calling for it as the Crusaders, they're late to get their defense to switch back on, but another turnover for the Hawks.
I mean, this is a sloppy play from the Hawks early. I mean, maybe they're playing down to their team. Like I said earlier in this game, that's one thing you can't do, especially the playoffs. But that it's just not a great showing today so far.
Like you see it on your screen, Coach Princeworm saying, settle down, please settle down. And that's what the Hawks are going to really have to do here as Flynn zips it to Banaz behind him. Luckily, he's able to scoop it up, and Banaz stepping up here early. You love to see it from him. As Quigley, he'll hold and he'll wait for Webster. The Hawks don't have all their offensive guys up. Webster will come up for Carter Banaz. And here we go, Webster, he has a goal already. He's getting forced away by a long stick. That might have gotten a bit of his helmet there. That one on the top of his helmet. I think the official was reaching for his flag. He didn't end up throwing it. Bryan, beautiful spin by, gets the net, and he scores.
Chris Bryant, that's one of the many reasons that kid is first team All-Catholic. Incredible spin move behind the net, drawing out the goal and just dumping it over his head for a nice goal.
Chris Bryan, his 39th of the year. That's his first playoff goal. Man, oh man, Chris Bryan, him working from behind the cage from the X is just something to behold. And we saw, I talk about it a lot, we saw Dom Flynn do it in his sophomore year. Bryan taking that role this season. And it's been working out really, really well. As I mentioned, 39 total goals for Bryan this season. Ball on the ground. Proctor got to move out of the way from Wadsworth. He is able to recover, though, nonetheless. Proctor can't scoop it. It's still on the ground. He loses his stick. Merck and Duffy trying to fight for it. I think that was a push by the prep. And that's going to be a ward called.
Yeah, again, sloppy play. The prep cannot be sloppy here in the playoffs. You know, if they're sloppy versus Lansdale, who knows how put together they'll be versus these other teams in the PCL.
Merck forces the ball loose away from Wadsworth. There's too many Hawks in the hole as Dobkin is able to get the ball back for the prep. He delivers a crossfield pass to Lamey. Has Duffy at midfield, and that's who we'll get it to. Has a long stick on his back. Duffy takes a hit. Ball still in the air. It goes on to the Lansdale side of the field. Pruden lightly taps it over to Merck as Bryan steps down and puts it in.
What a pull down from Chris Bryant. Perfect placement right over the goalie's stick. I mean, again, another reason why he's first team All-Catholic. Just incredible. And he's only a sophomore.
Unbelievable indeed. Javi Gonzalez-Cruz now going to face off. His first time facing off. Haley going to be back out there to face off for the Crusaders.
Yeah, really just giving Proctor a little bit of a break. Hopefully there's no injury or anything. I doubt it, but
no.
just give him a breather.
Javi does get these consistent reps, and if you've seen it throughout the season, and he gets moved back a bit there from the official. All right, the official likes where they are. Great get off from Javi as he gets the win, and he's going to take it himself. Might not be able to get to the net. He gets it to Flynn. Gets it over to Bryan, who gets it to Warwick. What a goal there. Beautiful pass and shot. And there's the celebration. You love to see it between the Hawks' dynamic sophomore duo.
I mean, these two guys are incredible. Just great chemistry. We've seen it all over these prep sports with the two guys in the class, almost best friends. And they have just so much great chemistry on the field.
So the Hawks, after a slow start, they now have a 5-1 lead over Lansdale Catholic. Javi going to face off for a second time. Had a great get off in his first go around. Tries to knock it back to Banaz. Ball on the ground at midfield. It is recovered by Traver, who got second team All-Catholic honors just a couple of days ago. Well, Javi, he lost the face-off. Now he scoops it and gets the turnover, and he clears it himself. Beautiful job from Javi Gonzalez-Cruz. He's got to find an offensive guy to get it to. He gets it to Warwick. Charlie Cross is going to come back in for St. Joe's Prep. Webster and Labor ready to as well. Webster good to come back on. So is Labor. Warwick uses a pick set by Crossid. Lansdale now playing on the perimeter, not giving the Hawks any breathing room. Labor sees an opening, and he scores.
I mean, that's been a point for the prep today to get it in that top left corner for Lansdale Catholic. I mean, right above the goalie's stick. And these guys must have been practicing that all week because it seems like every shot's going right there.
The Hawks dominating now offensively. Nick Labor just got a step, and he knew he had a way to the net. Great high IQ play made by Nick Labor. Proctor back out there to face off after two from Javi Gonzalez-Cruz. And he gets the win. Mason Proctor, only one loss today. Swings it over to Micah Pruden at midfield. Great job from Proctor, able to get his offensive middies quickly back on the field, but Micah Pruden puts a shot on Cage. Can't get it in. Flynn gets the rebound, and the Hawks, they'll restart offensively. Liam Pearson and Jack Roth going to come back in for St. Joe's Prep. Love to see Pearson getting some time. Definitely going to see a lot of him next season. Shout out Liam Pearson for bringing the table to the game that one time. It was actually against Lansdale, I think.
It was.
Yeah, so shout out Liam Pearson.
Shout out. Brought the table today. I didn't really need it, but
That's all right. Here's Roth. Draws a long stick, gets it to Quigley. Steps down, can't score. Quigley, a bit of a circus shot there. The Hawks look to prevent the clear. Quigley in specific. And there you go. The Crusaders, they are able to clear once again. They're perfect today on it. Great fake there from feet. Ball's on the ground. Lamy scoops it up. And here comes Lamy in transition. He runs into a couple of offensive players for the Crusaders. Bit of a dangerous pass downfield. It doesn't work out for Lamy. Ball still on the ground. Bryan trying to be the man to scoop it up for the Prep. It's knocked away by a bunch of Crusaders, and Chris Bryan's able to recover. Realizes he has too many Lansdale players in front of him, so he holds the ball. Bit of a dangerous pass to Flynn, who's going to take it to the net. Dom Flynn, he scores.
what a deke by Tom Flynn. Fakes a shot, pulls the stick back, and then fires it in the net.
Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn. That's what they do. I'm part of the team.
I didn't catch that reference, Sully.
Well, that's what they sing. They like whenever someone scores, like Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn.
Oh,
Dom
they're
Flynn,
not
Dom
singing
Flynn.
it now.
Well, they
so.
just were a second ago.
They were not.
Dude, they literally were just singing it.
I didn't hear it.
Did anybody? You heard it, right, Connie? Okay, yeah. So he heard it.
Yeah, well, I'm on the opposite side of the field, so it's like
All right, well, fair enough.
I'm basically on the Lansdale sideline right now. So
Whenever I make like a good call, you should say like Sully, 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 Sully.
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that right.
All right, fair enough. Proctor. Good get off from Proctor. Ball on the ground. He scoops it, and here he goes to the net. He already has one, and he gets it to Flynn. Bryan steps down on the top shelf.
Like I said, top shelf all day for the Hawks. Oh, I hear it this time. There it is.
CV.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, I heard it that time. Right.
A minute 17 remaining in the first quarter. It has been all St. Joseph's Prep for the last few minutes. So Javi back out there to face off after the Prep have won the last few. Javi going to move back just a bit from the official. I think he went early. Yes, he did.
Killer.
Unfortunate there for St. Joe's Prep. Princeton calling Javi over after the loss. That'll get Banaz back on the field. Coach Princeton barking out orders. Banaz almost got a stick in there to intercept the passing lane. Carter Banaz really stepping up today.
Yeah, he is. In a spot where he's normally not. Normally not.
Yeah.
He's usually off the bench. Late in the game, but like you said, getting great PT early.
McCollum giving all types of problems to feet as he has to get the ball away. James McCollum, the freshman, doing things early, making an impact on varsity already. Dobkin chasing around Adams, and he is just driving his stick into his forearm as there was a bad pass. And Duffy, here he comes in transition. Injury for Lansdale Catholic. We hope the man down is okay. Can't get a number as we speak, but Flynn flips it over to Bryan, and it is too easy for CB4.
I mean, if I'm Lansdale goalie, I just cannot deal with Chris Bryan in front of my net. He's got a hat trick already, almost 2 hat tricks today. But, no.
Chris Bryan, 5 goals already in this game. We have an injury here on WSJP. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. Back out of here on WSJP. 19 seconds remaining. Conti in the box for a minute for unnecessary roughness. So the Hawks are going to have the man up going into the second quarter. We would assume they would probably just hold the ball if they win the face-off, so they can have that advantage going into the second quarter, maybe draw up a play.
Boo, who likes that? Let's score more goals.
I guess you might be right about that, Sam. Maybe that's
Let's
what
get
the
to
Hawks
double
wanted.
digits before the second quarter.
Oh, you would probably love to see that. Here's Proctor. He's going to go to the net again, and he is going to score.
Second goal of the day for Mason Proctor. I mean, he is just incredible.
He is in a different zone. He looks to be on a different level as well.
And hey, like I said, double digits before the second quarter.
I'd love to see that. And as you know, if you've been a consistent watcher of PCL Lacrosse, it is 12 after halftime. There would be a running clock then. So as I mentioned, Sam, the Hawks probably wanted to get that running clock after halftime and get out of here. You prepare for Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. These teams are, Lansdale is just one of those teams that they can stick in there, but I mean, not for long.
Yeah.
And these Hawks, great scoring. I have no doubt they'll get it. Maybe even now, they might get it.
Javi flips it back to Micah Pruden, scoops it up. 12 seconds. The Hawks, they're saying to push the ball. That's what their coaching staff is saying. I think Micah Pruden has gotten the message real clear as he gets it to Dom Flynn, flips over to Chris Bryant, puts a shot on cage. It's too high. That will go out of bounds. 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Fuller, just an absolute beautiful save. The Prep has been attacking the top part of the net all day, but great job by Fuller to get the save.
That'll do it for the first quarter here on WSJP. St. Joseph's Prep with a 10-1 lead over Lansdale Catholic. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back in a few moments. Second quarter action here on WSJP of St. Joseph's Prep versus Lansdale Catholic. The Hawks with a 10-1 lead going into the second quarter. Javi Gonzalez-Cruz back out there to face off for St. Joe's Prep. It was Wadsworth who walked off the field with the injury. I think he's okay. We hope he's okay. Ball on the ground. Javi knocks it up in the air. That is going to be a ward called on Lansdale Catholic. It will go to St. Joe's Prep.
I mean, that Wadsworth injury is huge for Lansdale Catholic. Even if, he's coming off the field right now. But he may not be at full strength, and he's, like I said, top 3 player on the team.
Here's Mason Warwick. Everybody normal in the game, middies and attackmen for St. Joe's Prep. Warwick change of direction, spins by. Carlson can't really set a pick. It doesn't really matter for Warwick as he shoots. He can't score nonetheless, as the Crusaders will take over. They've been perfect in clearing the ball thus far. They look to do it again. Ball a bit too in front of the intended men for the Crusaders, I guess I should say. Lansdale Catholic really not making much of an effort to scoop the ball up as Dobkin did it. Webster, Flynn flips it to Bryan, has a crossfield pass to Warwick. He does it now, and Warwick scores.
Work, just a little poke in. Caught it barely, even had possession of it. Just knocked it in with the hard part of his stick. And another goal for Prep.
Mason Warwick and Chris Bryan, that has been the duo today. Javi Gonzalez-Cruz once again out there to face off. Charlie Seno also called up for this game. So we'll see if he can get some time, maybe later, maybe in the second half. But the Hawks, they are playing really great right now. It has been all gas, no brakes for St. Joe's Prep.
That's what we discussed before the game, that it would probably be like that.
Face-off win for Javi. Great scoop from Tommy Duffy as he's going to take it himself. Tommy Duffy, he is away to the net. He gets met by a long stick, though. Delivers a pass to Dom Flynn. Doesn't have a shot. Takes it to the middle of the field. He shoots. He can't score. And this one thrown past midfield by the Crusaders. Laney and Webster running in on it. They can't get it. The ball goes out of bounds before anybody can get to it. Whistle blown by the officials. And a lot of confusion going on. I think it's the ball. Did the ball get broken or something? I don't know what's going on.
I don't even know how that happens.
Something's wrong with the ball. So we'll get a change there. So nonetheless, the Hawks will have the ball.
Maybe it's like a pitcher in baseball, and they just don't like the feel.
Yeah, maybe.
I doubt it, though.
And the refs are going to have to get I guess this ref in front of us here will hold the other ball just in case we need it. I don't really know what was going on there, but we're back. Labor asking if he can go back offensively, making sure the Hawks are not off sides. And the Prep, they've become a lot more disciplined here in the last, I'd say, 12 minutes or so. Obviously, in the first part of the game, they were turning the ball over a little bit, but they figured it out. Here's Labor, takes it left, can't score. Webster closest to it. The Hawks staying with the ball.
I mean, despite the only goal in this, or 2 goals, that the Prep have. Sorry, 1 goal.
Well, as you say
2.
that, Sam can't even get his point
No,
across
I can't,
before
but
Dom Flynn puts it in.
But I would like to point out Fuller has just been amazing so far in the second quarter. Really locked down, except for those 2 goals.
Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn, Dom Flynn.
See, I didn't hear it that time.
I did. They literally said it. They literally just said it.
Dude, these things are very noise canceling.
Proctor to face off. There's a new subway. Wait a minute. I've never seen that train before. They must have upgraded the train.
Yeah, Ryan, you want to ride it after the game?
No, because like last year they didn't have that train. It was a different looking train. Wait, this is actually groundbreaking. No, I'm being serious.
Oh yeah, it looks like sort of a bullet train.
I'm gonna have to call Dom Camp during halftime.
He's definitely tuned in right now.
I'm sure he is. Who wouldn't be tuned in?
Honestly.
Shout out Dom Camp and Aaron.
We got the best crew in the PCL on tonight.
Yeah. We do.
That's me and you, Ryan, if you didn't know.
Nice pass inside from Warwick to Webster. Tried to nonchalantly put it in. He couldn't do so. The Hawks quickly starting the Ridley duo, Bryan and Labor, as Labor scores.
Absolute disgusting. From the ankles.
That was
like a rising fastball that looked like. Oh, my goodness. What a goal.
Can I do it again? Labor, 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 Labor.
Is that Declan Fitzgerald on the field?
Yes, it is. Declan Fitzgerald. That was another standout in the JV game against Radnor. Obviously, JV playing their last game against Radnor, but some of these guys getting the call up and getting time. You see Fitzgerald, you see McCullum. Those guys are obviously going to have to make an impact next year with, guys like Chase Carl leaving and, Micah Pruden.
Yeah, both freshmen, both incredible, both nasty. It's just, the future's bright for, Prep Lax, and I don't know if, I actually do know these guys have what it takes to beat LaSalle.
Here's Flynn. Flips it over to Quigley. The Hawks going to get their offensive personnel back up. Jack Roth going to come back in for St. Joe's Prep. And that's who gets it. Jack Roth lost it. He gets it back, though. Here's Mason Warwick. Swings it up top to Quigley. Quigley takes it with his left. Swings to the X to Bryan. Fakes the pass. Almost got by to the cage. Tried to get it to Quigley, who was cutting. Instead, it's Liam Pearson who catches it. He hits it off the ankle of Conti. Ball on the ground. Pearson trying to fight for it. It's scooped. Pearson warned to get out of the crease. That ball on the ground was scooped by Dom Flynn. Has Pearson at the middle of the net. He puts it a bit too high.
Pearson was trying to be too pretty with that one. Trying to, do it like Chris Bryant, just playing around with the stick and then throwing it in first. But
Guess we all can't be like Chris Bryant.
guess we can't. What a boot.
Nice. Dom Flynn over to Warwick. Looking to go one-on-one. Takes it to the middle of the field. Has an open shot. Too high.
That was a lasered in there. Just up top. But, that would have been the goal of the game, really.
Yeah.
Very far out. That thing went fast.
Yeah. Flynn working at the X. Penetrates as he takes it back. Gets it to Warwick, who's cutting to the net. He misses, but the ball will go the other way. Good offensive possession there from St. Joe's Prep. Unfortunately, not able to get a goal out of it, but they are up 13-1 as we speak.
Yeah, it's just like we said before. We Prep scored 17 in the last matchup, so it's not. And the Prep are no stranger to beating down other PCL teams.
Here's Tommy Duffy. Swings to Dom Flynn as the Hawks get the turnover. Warwick gets the find from Flynn. Draws 2 long sticks. Puts it high to Duffy, who scores. What a shot there from Tommy Duffy.
Tommy Duffy with a jump shot. Slam. Oh, my goodness.
Slam dunk, I guess you could say.
I hear it now.
Slam. Yeah, there you go. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we need to chant for, Sorgi when he does something good.
Sorgi, 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 Sorgi. Like whenever he, changes the score, right?
Yeah.
Whenever he starts the clock.
Yeah.
I like that idea. So it's going to be a complete change defensively for St. Joe's Prep. Brody Piffiff, Dylan Osorio, and Cam Gipe going to come in for the Hawks.
No, we knew that the Prep would put in their guys who really don't get a lot of playing time in this game. Yeah, they're playing really well, so why not put them in?
Witzke and Dobkin being crucial in that clear from the Prep. Proctor gets it to Benaz. Proctor doing a great job of flipping the ball back to the defensive middies. Sometimes it's had some struggles with it this season, but Proctor there has done a really great job this season. Fake between Flynn and Bryan as the ball goes cross field to Jack Roth, who's going to go one-on-one. Uses the pick set from Benaz. Draws the long stick. Gets to the X to Warwick. Uses a pick set by Roth. Draws a short stick this time. Has Pearson coming up, and that's who he'll get it to. Pearson going to take it to the middle of the field. Going to go left with it. Force back out, up top to Flynn. Now to the right wing to Warwick. Flynn somewhat set a pick as he cuts to the net. Swim move by Warwick. Takes it with his right, just too much over the head of Jack Roth.
If Roth held on, made contact and, held on to that one, it would have been another crazy goal for the Prep. Almost behind the goal, he would have reached over and plucked it in.
That ball knocked away from Pearson as Cam Gipe recovers. Here's Dom Flynn. Has numbers. Behind the back pass to Bryan. Can't get it to him. It rolls too fast for Bryan to catch up to it. Another turnover by the Prep. Coach Princehorn still barking out orders even though the Hawks are up by 13.
You can't stop,
Yeah.
right? You can't ease up on these guys because at the end of the day, they are a solid team.
That's a great job from Warwick forcing Wadsworth out of bounds. Obviously, the official's not calling it, but a great recovery from Wadsworth to make sure the Hawks did not have all their numbers. And forces them to go back into a bit of a play draw up, if you will. If that's what you want to call it. Here's Roth. Penetrates, takes it right. Oh, nice spin move. We know Roth's a righty, so shooting with his left, obviously, probably not what he wants, but Quigley, we know he's a righty. He takes it to the net, puts it too much in the middle. Beautiful save.
What a save by Fuller.
Oh, that pass going too high over the head of Conti, and it goes out of bounds. That it just can't happen if you're the Crusaders.
Yeah, before that quick turnover, I was just going to compliment Fuller again on how, decent he's played today, even though the big deficit for Lansdale. It's just been He's been a real bright spot for this team.
Pearson got it too much ahead of himself as he tried to catch the pass from Flynn. As Flynn is able to scoop it back, gets it to Pearson, shoots it with his left, and puts it on the bottom shelf.
How did he get that through there? Through the hole from the stick and the foot.
Wow.
Just that tiny spot that he put it through. That was incredible shot.
Pearson. Love to see it. Proctor going to face off again.
Oh, the old train passed by as you were
Yeah. I was
making
gonna
the call.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
So, like,
Old and new.
how about that?
I mean, the other one, the old one, just has such a Philadelphia feel to it. It's just kind of hard to switch up.
It really does.
I mean, when you're watching, St. Joe's Prep, the most Philadelphia team ever, and the most Philadelphia train ever, with the most Philadelphia setting ever.
It's fitting.
It is fitting, very much.
Proctor, only one face-off loss today. He's been in for a consistent amount, as Webster's going to come back on for St. Joe's Prep. Webster, one of the 15 goal scorers today for the Hawks. Webster has a clear way to the net, has a long stick on him. He shoots nonetheless. Ball on the ground, recovered by the Crusaders, but Webster, he's still looking to get the ball back. Bryan almost got the ball back, and the ball's still on the ground. Nobody can recover it. It's still loose. Webster knocked it to himself, tried to knock it to himself. Nobody's in the net. And Webster's able to get it back and swing it to Flynn. Very interesting there as Laver shoots. He can't score. Charlie Cross it, though, able to keep the ball with the Hawks.
I mean, that was a very risky play by Fuller. He's been playing great today, but almost lost the ball with nobody in net, and that would have been the 16th goal for Prep.
Laver cutting to the net, gets it from Bryan. Doesn't have the angle. Back to Bryan again. Webster's now cutting to the net. Bryan can't get it to him. Bryan fakes the pass to Laver, spins, gets to the net, puts a shot on Cage, puts it too high.
Bryan was trying to replicate the last jump shot goal we had today. That was more of a slam dunk than a jump shot, though.
Yeah. Here's Laver, Warwick sets a pick, gets to a cutting. Charlie Crossid, who scores.
I thought that was going to hit the mask of Fuller, honestly. Just got it by his ear. 5-4, you could probably hear the speed of that ball going by your ear. And
Charlie Crossid, probably the best story coming into this game. Second team All-Catholic after, as I mentioned earlier, not getting as much playing time as he probably would have hoped last season. But now it's going to be Javi Gonzalez-Cruz to face off once again for St. Joe's Prep. Owen Minor's also getting into the game. So is Anthony O'Connor and Jack Lloyd. So the attackmen coming out. And for Coach Princehorn, normally he takes the starting guys out in the second half, but he's saving them a lot more for what the Prep hopes to be a game on Monday.
Who would that be against, Ryan?
O'Hara, or I believe Archbishop Ryan is the 6th seed. I should have.
Ooh, Archbishop Ryan.
I should have.
That would be a tough game.
O'Hara, they played the Hawks tough last time.
Scored 5.
Yeah, so I mean, that was a tough game. O'Hara, they're very gritty. I talked to some of the players, I talked to some of the parents, and they were like, yeah, they're a tough team to play against. They're good. The Hawks will keep most of their starting offensive middies up, but the attackmen have changed. And O'Connor, he throws it on the back of the net. And in the crease was Anthony O'Connor. The ball will be turned over. Lansdale looking to clear. So just under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. The Crusaders looking to clear, and they do. Duffy forces the ball loose. It's on the ground, up in the air. Nobody can find it, but Cam Gipe does. And he loses it, scoops it up again. Beautiful movement from Cam Gipe. He is going to try and take it himself, but he gets his stick knocked away. And that's going to be a call against the Hawks. It will go to the Crusaders.
Yeah, I mean, that's just rough, getting your stick knocked out like that. That's that was a powerful shot to the stick.
Gipe just not really aware of his surroundings there. But here's Culp. Has to go one-on-one with Quigley. So Quigley going to be forced to play a bit of defense here as Prudence awaiting his arrival back into this contest. Culp can't find anyone. Has to get it back up top over to Wadsworth. Going to work on Tommy Duffy. Duffy, though, not going to make it easy. Here's a shot. It's too high. This ball will stay with Lansdale Catholic. the players are trying to say what's up to us, but I don't think they realize we got a job to do here too. Like,
Yeah, but I would say what's up to them if they're talking to me, but none of them know who I am, so it's okay.
I guess I'm just so locked in, right?
No, yeah, you're the man, right?
Thank you, Sam. You're tied for the first best color commentator.
Bang.
I've only ever color commentated with Sorgi and Domkamp, but that's, Sorgi's also tied for first with Domkamp as well.
Meh.
Just like Mr. Burns, Mr. Sacco, and Mr. Abington are tied for the best moderators at WSJP.
Very true.
They're all tied for first.
Go Bonnies, go SJU.
Go Bonnies.
I don't know where Mr.
Shout out
Sacco
Bonnies.
attended, though.
Well, you know what? Shout out to where Mr. Sacco attended.
Yeah, shout out to the Sacco family.
Shout out. Duffy.
Ooh.
Keeps the ball. Nice move. Duffy draws 2 Crusaders. Gets the ball away to Quigley. Steps down, can't score.
I mean, that move was nasty.
Yeah.
2 guys on the deck. I mean, it's a shame he didn't score on that one, but.
That one goes wide left for Adams. The ball will stay with Lansdale Catholic. And, even with the newest additions of this game, the new defensive guys, Cam Guipe really stepping up. And Dylan Osorio, those guys have played together for a long time. I was talking to Cam Guipe a couple of weeks ago about how those guys, they've been playing for forever, so obviously they have that chemistry, and those guys are going to get some time with each other next year. So obviously it's great to see that they have that connection going in the next season, but obviously they're playing great here today. Pruden doing a great job of forcing feet away. Just over a minute remaining here in this first half. Micah Pruden making feet go nowhere. Great defense from Micah Pruden. Ball on the ground. Quigley, great reaction time to try and get back to it. Let's see Declan Fitzgerald work here on Wadsworth. Here's a shot from him. He can't score. Corrado, nice outlet pass. A bit too far for Quigley. And they took a bad bounce to Luke Quigley. Ball still on the ground. Recovered by the Crusaders. Lloyd trying to force it loose. He can't do it. Ball still on the ground. Nobody can find it. It's going to roll out of bounds. It will stay with Lansdale Catholic.
I mean, that was great pressure by Declan Fitzgerald, really getting a stick, interlocking sticks, really. And, makes an easy save for the second team All-Catholic goalie, Matt Corrado.
Yeah, Matt Corrado having himself a year. Obviously, it's tough competing with Ippolito for LaSalle. But it's going to be feet. The Crusaders, they'll hold for the remaining 25 seconds. And it's going to be a call against the Crusaders. And we'll go to St. Joe's Prep. Here's Micah Pruden. Has been as up fielded. Nice one-handed catch. He loses the ball, though. It's still on the ground. Now we're going to get a bit of a dog pile here. Now it's up in the air. Nobody can find it. It's recovered from Fitzgerald. He can't score. Oh, man, that would have been something. 5 seconds. Lloyd swings it. Benazzi scores at the buzzer. I don't think it was good. No, it was not. He just got it off after the buzzer. But nonetheless, St. Joe's Prep up 16-1 over Lansdale Catholic. We'll take a halftime break on WSJP, and we will see you for the second half. Second half action here on WSJP of St. Joseph's Prep versus Lansdale Catholic. We apologize, would have been on earlier, but Sorgi didn't know how to. Sorgi reset the whole thing. Unbelievable. Here's
Unbelievable.
Javi. Here's Javi. He wins the face-off. Swings it up top. That went over to Owen Miners. Now to James. Was James McCullum playing a little bit of offense here? Oh, he's gonna. Okay, never mind.
I would love to
I was
see
getting a little excited.
James get a pull down, but
I was getting pretty excited.
I mean, yeah, I would have. Yeah.
Nonetheless, here's Craig Webster back in. Webster takes it to the middle of the field, steps down. That one a bit too high.
Hit off the soccer goal.
So there is a running clock now as the Hawks, they are up by up more than 12.
Thank goodness there's a running clock, Ryan. Today is Friday. You know, I'm so happy I don't have Latin tomorrow. No, I love Latin. I don't love Latin, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I don't mind
Here we go. We have and they Fuller better be careful here. The ball's not knocked loose, and it is on the ground. Here's Webster. The Hawks, they're going to try and get this down the field. Here's Jack Roth. Fuller able to get back in the net. Here's Webster. Spins by, gets to the middle of the field, and he puts it on the bottom shelf.
Webster, what a spin move by the kid. Puts it low. Again, that tight spot between the leg of and the stick of Fuller.
Well, it has been all St. Joseph's Prep over the last, I mean, it's been all St. Joseph's Prep pretty much throughout this entire game, as Javi Gonzalez Cruz will come back out there to face off. TJ Lisco on for the first time today as well. Javi knocks it back to TJ, who's a bit out of place, but he's able to secure the ball. And TJ Lisco going to clear it himself down the field. Here he comes.
Look at that speed.
TJ Lisco taking it himself. He loses the ball. So unfortunate. Lloyd can't scoop it up. It's still on the ground. Now it's in the air. Recovered by the Crusaders. As they try to clear, they are able to do so successfully. Here they come. Wadsworth puts it on the turf, can't put it in. The ball will stay with Lansdale Catholic.
Wadsworth, I was watching him on the sidelines in pain. I mean, I don't know if he's just tired from running around a lot or is something else, but I mean, like I said, when he first got injured in the beginning of the game, that it would be a huge loss for them if he wasn't at full health.
There's a shot that goes wide right for Culp. Ball will stay with Lansdale Catholic. Low pass, Micah Pruden. Closest to it for St. Joe's Prep. He scoops it up, and here he comes in transition. We know the speed of Micah Pruden. He's going to do it himself. Micah Pruden to the net. Can't put it in. Ball will stay with St. Joseph's Prep.
Yeah, Pruden was trying to get himself a goal. When did I get it on the scoring happy Hawks? Trademarking that.
Here's Pearson. Gets it to Quigley. Lloyd tried to get it to O'Connor. Pass lane was intercepted. Recovered by Lansdale Catholic. As they try to clear, and they will. Pearson hustling back to the other side of the field. You love to see the effort from Liam Pearson. Here's a cross-field pass. Ball's on the ground. Piff can't recover. Feet still trying to get it back in. It's still on the ground. I think he heard the footsteps of Luke Quigley and company. Paul is still on the ground. It doesn't even seem like anybody's trying to scoop it up, and Micah Pruden's the one to do so.
I mean, it looked like he was just hitting it with the stick. I don't even think he was trying to pick it up.
I don't think the ball went past midfield, which would have meant offsides. Lloyd, too high of a pass to O'Connor. Owen Miners trying to chase it down. He can't do so. Turnover there for St. Joe's Prep.
Bench with him, dive, lay out for it. Bring it in, but no. It's not like the clock will stop if it goes out of bounds.
Pass all the way downfield. But once again, Lansdale Catholic doing a great job of clearing the ball. Micah Pruden putting in some great effort here in the second half. And here he comes again. Pruden's had a chance to score a couple of times. Fakes a shot, takes it himself. Can't put it in. Ball still on the ground. It's not in the crease. Lloyd trying to scoop it up. And recovered by the Crusaders.
Looks like that shot deflected off the backside of Fuller. I mean, just an unlucky goal. Hit off another Lansdale guy up in the back of Fuller, but
Now the Crusaders.
goalie change.
I will have a goalie change in just a moment. Sam is right. It'll be Spaeth for Lansdale Catholic. Feet able to get it back. He's going to shoot it. Puts it too low. Corrado scoops it back up. Jack Roth going to have to deal with a long stick. He gets by too easy. Roth fakes a pass. Now delivers. Owen Miners. Swim move.
Whew.
And just too far out in front of Lloyd and Roth.
I don't know if that was a pass or just a almost complete miss.
Pearson cutting into the net. Roth can't find him. Back up top, Lloyd. Almost halfway through this third quarter. Here's Anthony O'Connor. O'Connor getting around the cage, trying to shoot it. His stick got hit before he could get it off. Was still a shot nonetheless. Roth closest to it. The ball will stay with St. Joseph's Prep.
I mean, the Prep, not really much to say here, up 16. And you know what, Sully, it's a beautiful night, beautiful sunset about to commence over Penn Park.
Roth shoots. Nice save, though. And the ball will stay with St. Joe's Prep. Owen Miners closest to it.
Yeah, Busman, a big body in that goal. It's going to be hard for the Prep to get it around him.
Here's Pearson. Putting on some speed, getting around the cage, draws a long stick. Nice spin move. Layup Pearson. Can't put it in. And Roth will get the rebound for the Hawks. Back up top to Pearson. Pearson's showing out today. Having some good shots on goal. Roth taking a left, goes back to the right, to the middle of the field. Once again, can't score, but the ball staying with the Prep, and the Hawks, they're just getting shots off, and they're able to keep it with them.
I mean, that's what you need to do. Just get shots on goal, and just that's how you win, even though they're up by 16.
Yeah, I mean, you still want to get guys reps. Pearson getting a lot of shots. Jack Roth leading the offense. Miners playing at the X. Carter Benaz also playing a little bit of offense here. Pearson takes it back to the middle of the field, draws a long stick, does get it away, over to O'Connor. Crossfield pass to Roth. Had too much zip on it. Roth trying to save it, dives, and it just goes out. Unfortunate there for Jack Roth. The ball will be turned over. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Now we'll see what the Hawks' defense can do, as the offense has held it for a little bit. Well, we're not going to see the defense for long as the Crusaders turn it over.
Crusaders have been doing that all day. I mean, if I'm on the bench, I'm just very upset that we can't really get anything, any possession for long. Just feels like turnover after turnover.
And Roth getting harassed, as that's going to be a call against St. Joe's Prep on Roth. Another turnover for the Hawks offense.
I mean, Roth, just a push off to really get him off him. Guy was all over Roth. Just pushed it away from him. There's another push off.
That's a ward called on St. Joe's Prep. Cam Guip getting ready to come back in.
I mean, I know you're up a lot, but you just can't be sloppy now. Just can't be.
Yeah, you got Coach Prince Horn. He emphasized right before the half started, you have to finish. You have to continue to play at the level you've been playing at. The Hawks so far are doing that. Here's Fee trying to get by Cam Guip. He does. Here's a shot. It goes wide left. The ball will stay with the Crusaders, though.
I mean, Corrado really hasn't had to work a lot all day. He's made a lot of saves, but left the one. But still, like I said, has not really worked that much.
Pass too high. Carter Benaz taking in transition. I didn't know Carter Benaz had that speed in him. Gets it to O'Connor. Ball dropped. Recovered by Quigley. Puts it on the bottom shelf. Can't score. Carter Benaz, I did not know had that speed. Jonas Mersch. Jonas Mersch, our future class president at St. Joe's Prep, getting in the goal.
What a guy.
Yeah, Jonas Mersch coming in.
Was playing ping pong with him earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, he beat me 7-0. So
It's all right.
it's okay.
It's all right.
Not the best.
He's got good reaction time as a goalie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice play.
Oof.
But James McCullum forces it loose from Traver, I apologize. Tommy Ely in the game. I love watching Tommy Ely play lacrosse.
Yeah, it's just a fun time every time he's out there. I mean, anytime Tommy Ely does anything, it's a jolly time. Anytime any Ely does anything, it's a jolly time, really.
Well, we'll see Frank and Jake next year on the. Well, you and me specifically are going to be seeing them on the ice as we'll be calling most of those hockey games.
Love hockey, Ryan. Love prep hockey.
St. Joe's
Procky.
Prep. Yeah. Shout out Mr. Van Cool, who's actually here today.
Yeah, I
don't know
saw him.
where he is.
He's on the
now.
phone, looked important, so didn't want to
Yeah,
bug him.
didn't want to bug him. Ely can't get the pass in the hole. Ball still on the ground, recovered by the Crusaders. Ely, they're trying to prevent the clear.
Tommy Ely, if I'm not mistaken, did have a goal versus Lansdale Catholic.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he did. He did, actually.
Ely, though, coming into this game, 5 goals on the year. So he's made a contribution when he's gotten on the field.
I mean, lacrosse can't be that different from hockey.
Oh, yeah, it's a similar sport. Obviously, Ely not playing last year in his junior year, but played in his freshman and sophomore year. Back here for his senior year, and honestly, love to see it. Tommy Ely keeping the vibes high.
Love Tommy Ely.
Love him. But nonetheless, a minute now remaining here in this third quarter. St. Joe's Prep looking to get this victory. Obviously, still 13 minutes of lacrosse left to play here on WSJP. The defense, though, holding this down here in the third quarter. Good defense from McCullum. Feet able to get by. Draws Luke Quigley. Ball on the ground. Scooped by Jonas Mersch. He's going to deliver a nice outlet pass to Osorio. Might have been a bit too behind him. Oh, Dylan Osorio. Nice scoop. And that one a bit too high. Owen Miners, who is able to scoop it up himself. Miners quickly getting back to the middle of the field. He shoots and he scores.
A snipe by Owen Miners.
Owen Miners, you just said it, Sam. A snipe. Owen Miners getting it done. Javi Gonzalez Cruz to face off once again.
Miners a class 26. Another guy on this prep team that they'll hate losing.
And I believe a timeout called.
That's the end of the quarter.
Oh, the end of the quarter. Oh, what am I doing? I thought it was a timeout. Oh, yeah, the end of the quarter. So I was so focused on the goal, talking about Owen Miners and bragging about him, I didn't realize it was the end of the quarter. Well, we'll take a break here on WSJP for the end of the quarter. We'll be right back. Javi Gonzalez Cruz getting a face-off win as we're back on the air on WSJP. Javi to Anthony O'Connor. Ball just too far behind him. It'll be a turnover for St. Joe's Prep, but a running clock here. St. Joe's Prep up 18-1 over Lansdale Catholic, looking to cruise their way to the PCL semifinals.
Yeah, great outing from the prep tonight. 18 goals, 17 goal lead. I mean, in the beginning it looked like Lansdale might have really come to play. Not saying they didn't, but this prep team over time just swarmed them.
A quick timeout called by Lansdale Catholic as they were about to be called for offsides. So I mean, Sam, let's talk. Let's talk about it here. Obviously, the Prep, they're the 2 seed coming into the PCL tournament, and LaSalle, they haven't lost a PCL game since 2015, and honestly, it seems like that's the ultimate goal. I talked to Coach Prince before the season, and I asked him, "Is LaSalle the ultimate goal?" And he said, "Well, when that's the only way to get to a state championship, which is the end goal, yeah, LaSalle's got to be that goal." And now you have LaSalle. They just beat Archbishop Carroll, and they're obviously going to be favored over Devon Prep. So now you're looking at the rest of the PCL tournament, Sam, and you're looking at this game. You're looking at how good the Prep have played ever since the first few minutes of the first quarter, and you're thinking to yourself, if this Prep team can show up, do they have a chance against LaSalle?
I mean, they showed up fully the first time they played out, but LaSalle just really outmanned them in almost every aspect. Like, it seemed like every time the Prep got a goal, LaSalle would answer back with a goal, and it was like that the entire second half, and it was really hard for the Prep to get anything, really. So, I mean, if they come to play, which they did, obviously, but if they fully prepared,
So we'll
the Prep
see.
will win.
Yeah.
So I mean, they hung in there with LaSalle for a while, until that fourth, kind of end of third, fourth quarter. But I mean, like I said, if they could hold on, if McCullum and Fitzgerald are playing as well as they're playing today, if they somehow get in versus LaSalle and they do what they're doing today, they'll be probably set.
Well, I've got the best news of the day for the audience at home. Jed Wisniewski in the game for St. Joseph's Prep.
What a guy.
Jed getting his first goal of the season against Roman Catholic on senior day. And now we'll see how he fares, as he's going to be drawing out feet. I mean, that's some good defense to start.
Yeah. Already just full attack with the long stick.
Actually, that was Wadsworth. I apologize. Here's a shot from feet as he puts it wide right. Here we go. It'll be Lansdale. They'll have the ball back in their possession. The Hawks obviously probably just trying to get the ball back offensively. Time is their enemy at the current moment in time. This one going to roll to midfield. Great job from Lansdale Catholic. Make sure no up and back was called. Nice hit from TJ Lisco as he's able to scoop it up, and he gets it to Micah Pruden. Here comes Jed and Micah Pruden running down the field. Pruden fakes it, steps down, can't score. The ball will stay with the Hawks, though, nonetheless.
Yeah, Pruden, again, trying to get first goal today. Very close to a lot of them. And, it'd be a shame if he doesn't get a goal today.
Pearson and Tommy Ely back on. Pearson having a really solid game today, and you got to give him credit where credit is due. As he takes it back up top on the right wing. Middle of the field over to Micah Pruden. Pruden playing a bit of offense here. We'll see if they get him a goal. Pruden taking with his right. Steps down. No good. Owen Miners closest to it. St. Joseph's Prep staying with the ball here.
I mean, it kind of just amazes me as how fast this Prep team is shooting the ball on the cage, man. It's honestly incredible. You see it go off the back and almost bounce back to midfield. I mean, this team, powerful shooters.
Pearson working his way through the defense. Too high of a pass to Lloyd. Miners can't save it, and the ball will go to the Crusaders as they look to clear. Jed going to come back on. Jed Wisniewski. Crusaders looking to clear. They can't do it yet. Trying to find an open man, and they do. The Hawks not in a rush here to let... I'm sorry, not in a rush here to, go 10,000%. Obviously, you don't want to get injured. You want to save yourself for Monday.
Yeah, this Prep team, like you said, O'Hara or Ryan, both tough opponents, both play the Prep well. I mean, I still have no doubt that the Prep would defeat both of those teams handily, but this Prep team is doing well now.
Dylan Osorio, nice stick movement, and Jed, honestly, a really nice decision on the pass. It was just a bit too low for Jack Lloyd. Got intercepted on the passing lanes. I actually like that decision there from Jed. High IQ moment.
Yeah, Conti, a large human. I mean, very tall. Maybe the tallest guy out there. That's what it looks like. And with a long stick that just adds a lot more height.
Miners tried the crossfield pass to Lloyd, had his lane intercepted. Ball on the ground recovered by the Crusaders. They look to clear once again. About 4 minutes in this fourth quarter. Look at Tommy Ely chasing down Conti there. That pass too far behind his intended man. O'Connor, open net for Miners. He can't score.
What a save by Busman.
And that pass not really going towards any St. Joseph's Prep Hawks. I don't think anybody expected it. Ely getting back on defense. There you go, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy.
Here's a long stick. Here's a shot. Jonas Mersch with a save.
That's my student council president.
Here's Ely. Has two open men in Pearson and Pruden. Pruden yet to score today. Let's see if he can do it here. Spins. Can't find a shot. Takes it to his left again. Loses the ball. It's on the ground. Lloyd trying to scoop it. He couldn't do so. Just let it roll out. Oh, the ball will stay with St. Joe's Prep. I guess they were saying it was a shot attempt there from Pruden. I thought it just rolled. He just had it knocked away, but luckily for the Prep, they get that call.
Luckily for the Prep, only up 17. I wanted 18. I want 20.
Well,
today.
let's see.
Right.
Here's Jack Lloyd.
I want Jed to get to 20.
I would love to see
Tommy,
that.
then Jed.
You know what? I can't argue at all.
Then Fitz. Yeah.
Here's Pearson. Nice change of direction. Liam Pearson on the bottom shelf.
Liam Pearson again with crazy stick movements. I mean, just another low one from the ankles. I mean, it's Busman, the backup goal. It's a tough one. Busman will come out of the game.
And Charlie Seno going to get his first face-off attempt of the day for the Hawks. So Seno this year has stepped up in a lot of solid moments for St. Joe's Prep. And, obviously playing behind Proctor and Javi Gonzalez-Cruz this season, taking all the JV reps. And he has played exceptional this year, and he proves it as he gets his first win of the day. He's going to take it to the net. Charlie Seno shoots too low on the turf. And a nice outlet pass to feet, but he can't secure it. Now he scoops it up. Just under 6 minutes remaining, and here comes feet to the net. Solid shot, can't score. Ball will stay with the Crusaders.
Now, I do want to mention something on the Lansdale Catholic side. Fuller, the starting goalie, is in with a long stick on defense. I mean, I guess they just want to get him some more playing time. He is a senior. This may be his last game of high school lacrosse.
Here's feet up top. Getting to that 5-minute mark in this game. Blisco playing a bit of defense here. Feet spins by again. Has a way to the net. He can't score. And he was in the crease, so the ball will be turned over. It'll go to St. Joe's Prep.
That almost got under Jonas Mersch, but, Jonas is just exceptional backup goalie for the Prep. And one of the best backup goalies in the PCL.
Yeah. Mersch first year playing goalie for St. Joe's Prep. He was a defensive midfielder over the last few seasons for the Hawks. Now getting some time here in that net. Ball on the ground. Recovered by the Crusaders, though, nonetheless. 4:30 now remaining. Ely, nice defense. There's Wadsworth up top. And the Hawks just looking to get out of here, Just get out with the cruise out of here, no injuries, nothing like that. I believe that's why Coach Princehorn probably got most of his guys, one of the starting guys, out of the game early. Prepare them for the next couple of weeks here.
Yeah, this PCL tournament's a grind. Levels obviously get harder and harder as you go up. I kind of want to think about it as like a video game, right? This is, kind of the warm-up for the bigger games, and LaSalle is the big final boss that you gotta get by. LaSalle hasn't lost in a PCL loss in over a decade, which is, insane.
Yeah, that's fair. Nice defense from Dylan Osorio. Another guy stepping up a lot here today defensively. Here's Feet, defended by Ely. Matchup of the day. Ely knocks it away. Feet able to recover, taking it to the net, loses it again. Great defense from the Hawks. As Merce delivers an outlet pass downfield.
What a snipe.
Too far of a pass, though. Down the field, recovered by the Crusaders. There's Wadsworth. Can't get the ball in his stick. It's still on the ground. He scoops it up. Under 3 minutes. Here we go. Wadsworth trying to take it himself to the net. And he scores.
Wadsworth, second of the day. I mean, like I said, not playing fully healthy, but gets one in here. Gets one in the first and the fourth.
Charlie Seno going to face off once again for St. Joe's Prep. Seno 1 for 1. Coming to that 2-minute mark in this game. And get even some more substitutions for St. Joe's Prep on the defensive side of things.
Robert Beinecke.
How about it?
Frank McFillin. And Luke Massari.
Wow. Love to see it for St. Joe's Prep. As I mentioned, the Hawks calling some JV guys up for this game, and they're getting some time here at the varsity playoff level. Love to see the experience those guys are getting. Jed loses the ball. It's on the ground. Nobody can find it. Now it's a dog pile. Is this one looking to maybe go out of bounds? Never mind. Recovered by the Crusaders. Pass downfield. Still on the ground. Conti not able to scoop it up. Now he does. Moving forward here on WSJP, we will have a broadcast Monday. St. Joseph's Prep going to be in the PCL semifinals, 7 p.m. at Drexel. Myself, Dom Campanero, on the call for that game. We'll bring that for you live on WSJP. And if the Hawks can successfully advance to the PCL championship, that will be next Thursday, the 21st, either against LaSalle or Devon Prep. So make sure you tune in live on WSJP for both those games. We'll have all the coverage for you there. And make sure you follow us on X and Instagram at SJP Broadcasting to stay up to date with everything St. Joe's Prep Sports. And another goal there from the Crusaders as we wind down. And, I mean, Sam, if the Prep, they advance in the PCL, they win the PCL, we obviously go on to states. But if they don't, if they unfortunately wouldn't be able to win that game, that'd be it for WSJP this year.
I don't want that to happen.
I don't want that either.
I don't want this year to end.
I don't want to either.
I still want to be the freshman, the only freshman in the club. Best freshman in the club.
Well, you're the only freshman, Sam.
That's why I'm the best, right?
I know. That was the joke.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm just reassuring your joke.
Okay.
Roman Belisi over on the left, across from us.
Well, unfortunately, Charlie Seno not perfect before the game ends, but nonetheless, it is St. Joe's Prep getting a 19-3 win over Lansdale Catholic. They'll advance to the PCL semifinals. Sam, great game from the Hawks.
Oh, great game from the Hawks indeed. 19 goals on the day. Couple guys got multiple. Chris Bryan had 5, notably. This Prep team, if I'm LaSalle, I would be scared.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't let the Hawks get hot, Ryan. Don't let these Hawks get hot.
You definitely make that argument as we move forward in the PCL playoffs. That'll do it here from Penn Park. St. Joseph's Prep getting the 19-3 win over Lansdale Catholic. For myself, Ryan Sullivan, my color analyst, Sam Salamone, our producer, Anthony Sorgi, and our cameraman, Ryan Connaughton, we say thank you, have a good weekend, and go Prep.